was to get the wholesale business humming, hire the chief operating officer to run that business, and then go off into the commercial space and build that out separately. But we lost an acquisition manager. So we were putting LOIs out. We were underwriting deals. We were looking at commercial deals. But we didn't get any like LOIs accepted because we didn't have the track record.
Yeah.
We weren't seeing real good deals because they didn't, you know, nobody cares that you're going to flip 175 houses this year. They want to know how many assets under management you have. So we weren't really seeing good deals, but we were working on this for a while, right? We were listening to podcasts. We were figuring out how to underwrite deals, but couldn't get any real deal flow. And then we had a deal. We partnered with somebody, we had a deal, and we needed to raise $4 million in like 6 weeks. At the same time, we had our acquisition manager quit on us. So now I have to do both things, right? I have to go out, raise money, and I have to go out and do acquisitions.
Yeah.
And we had some deals that were coming in closing that we were going to pay off a large amount of the investor money that we had in. So we could put that back out, or we were going to have to put it into marketing. So we had to take a 30,000 foot view and say, what problem do we want to solve? Do we want to solve the acquisition problem, which is going to take 3 to 6 months, right, to really cure and make sure that those people are running properly? And by the way, they might not work out.
Right. You never know, especially with salespeople.
And or do we focus on solving this $4 million raise problem so that we get involved in this $20 million project and we own a good percentage of it? And we just had to make a decision what we wanted to do. And a mentor of mine, Greg Dickerson, reached out and he said, look, you got to do what you want to be. And I said, well, what's that mean, Greg? And he said, don't do the things every day unless it's helping you be who you want to be and do what you want to do long term. So if you don't want to be a wholesaler, don't be a wholesaler. And it's so simple, right?
Yeah, right. I just wrote that down.
But at the same time, it's really impactful because what happens as entrepreneurs, I think we get pigeonholed into what's comfortable. All right, so it was really hard to leave my W-2 job and get involved in this, you know, and build this up to where it's making me and my family pay the bills. And now I have to go and do this because that's what I really want to do. But it was harder to leave that and come to this than it was to even leave my W-2 job to become an entrepreneur because there's so much more riding on it. And we said, look, we want to be this, so this is what we're going to focus on. And we ripped the Band-Aid off and we went out and we raised $4 million in 6 weeks and we got it done. And that was our first deal. It was an 1,193 unit self-storage complex down in Orlando. And now we just closed on our third one in Orlando. We've closed on a student housing complex with Corey Peterson. We're under contract on 66 units in Columbus, and we have an LOI getting accepted on 276 units in Columbus. So
love it, man. It's awesome. You guys are cranking, bro. Holy smokes.
So it's flying, but that was the big transition. Like, how do we make the jump and when do we do it? And we were kind of forced into the decision, and I'm glad that we were.